Welcome to Jesús Manuel Mena Garza Photography, video and audio. In this edition, I'm going to be talking about the fact that I'm going to be moving. My wife and I are going to be moving, at least we plan to move, in 2025 or 2026, if everything goes according to our plan. We currently reside in Fort Worth, Texas. But we decided quite a few years back that we're not going to stay here. We're going to go somewhere interesting with certain options that meet our needs. Okay, so we want to be more in touch with our natural surroundings and also closer to our family in the Bay Area. So I have a little list here, a very little list. Look at that tiny list, 3 items of things that I want to photograph when I move. One of the things that this old photographer looks forward to in retirement, and my wife, when she finally retires in 25 or 26, is things to, again, I like to photograph, and we want to be close to places that we want to photograph. Of course, we can always jump on a plane, go somewhere interesting, and take photographs, shoot video, and do whatever we're going to do. My wife loves to paint, but she also likes to go on long walks, hikes, and likes to enjoy the country. She goes, "Hey, that's a nice looking tree. That's a beautiful flower. That's a beautiful landscape." So on my list here, these 3 things that we like to photograph and like to be around and, in the future, more of as compared to where we're at now, okay? Landscapes. Fort Worth is the middle of the plains. You go that way 1,000 miles, and it's just plains. You go another 300 miles that way, it's just plains. It's flat, flat, flat. You go that way towards California, 500, 800 miles, it's all flat. And then you go that way towards Arkansas, and it's all flat for at least another 200 miles, okay? So it's flat, flat, flat. Unless you're interested in photographing only decaying infrastructure, it's not much fun. And I'm not much into photographing cowboys and cowgirls and ranches and barbed wire. I've already done that. I've done a lot of that. And so number 1 on my list here is I want to photograph some interesting landscapes. Number 2 is infrastructure. We have some very nice infrastructure. One thing about Texas, it has very interesting infrastructure. I've been to Johnson City. I've been along the coast. I've been here in Fort Worth, Dallas. I've been to some of these decaying communities around us, in Oklahoma, West Texas. And it's a lot of fun photographing decaying infrastructure. I enjoy capturing the detail, the texture, the colors, et cetera, et cetera. And sometimes, even though it's in color, I edit it down into black and white. So that's what I've done in the past, and I've exhibited those photographs. I've shown those photographs. I've sold those photographs. So the third thing on my list is people. People. I don't photograph people here really that much. Only at a conference when my wife attends an academic conference. My wife's a professor at the local university. When she goes to a conference, sometimes I photograph people. I do portraits of some of the academics. And I've actually exhibited those in museums and galleries and stuff like that. So 3 things that I like to photograph are right here is landscapes, infrastructure, decaying infrastructure especially, and people, on the street, people portraits, models, et cetera, et cetera. I like taking pictures like that. So wherever we decide to move, I'm going to be trying to implement a program in which I do a lot of that. I've already done a lot of stuff here in Fort Worth, Houston, Corpus, Austin, the areas around here, Dallas, infrastructure and the flat landscape, the rivers, the lakes, and some of the animals, the crocodiles and stuff like that. But it's I'm already done and over with that stuff. I want to go somewhere nice And I have a little list, a longer list. Excuse my sore throat. It's below zero here right now in Fort Worth, Texas in mid-January 2024. So there's my little list of places that I'm considering. Let me talk about what's fun to photograph in those communities, at least in my opinion, from what I understand. And I've been to all these communities many times. So I have a good idea, not a great idea, but a good idea of what I like to photograph in those communities. I'm originally from the San Francisco Bay Area. My two daughters live in the San Francisco Bay Area. We have friends in San Francisco, Carmel, SoCal, Sacramento, San Rafael, the list goes on and on. We have family and friends over there. But I can't afford to move back. It's a very sad story to the Bay Area. I bought a house in Fort Worth for this price. And it's gone up to this price. It's gone up in value. Very nice. But my daughter, who just sold her old house and now has a bigger house, her house is way up here in the stratosphere for prices. And I can't even dream about moving next to my daughters, either or, okay? And I have some nephew and nieces that are high-tech entrepreneurs and doing very well in the high-tech industry. They get those stock options. Very nice. Very nice. I can't afford those $3, $4, $5 million homes. And let's not even talk about my brothers and sisters who have invested in tremendous amounts of property, land, and ranches in Silicon Valley, in the mountains, in the valley, etc. They're doing okay. So my list takes into consideration that I have to be practical. I only have so much money, and I'm not going to put a down payment and pay in perpetuity for 30 years because in all probability, I won't be here in 30 years. So I want to buy a cash house, a base, so I can go out there and take pictures, go out there and do some fishing, go out there and do some hiking, go out there and have a coffee and a donut and call it good. Maybe even lunch, who knows. But these are areas that fit the bill, and I've been there, done that in these communities. So Chico, California is a very nice community. It's near the Sierras, north of San Francisco, about 3 hours from my family and friends in the Bay Area, a little bit north. Very nice. So plenty of infrastructure to photograph, plenty of landscapes in the mountains. Just go in the mountains to take photographs, go to the ocean, take some photographs, go to the small communities and capture some photographs and video and enjoy myself, go on a hike, day hike. And the weather is amenable. It's not going to be like today, below zero, or in the summer in Fort Worth for 4 months, often 100+ degrees. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be amenable, friendly, nice, hella nice weather in comparison to Fort Worth. Redding, California, just a little bit north, just about another hour up. And it's a fishing capital of California, and I love fishing. This videographer loves fishing. I would love to take some photographs of the river, different seasons, maybe a boat floating down the river, stuff like that. Maybe some of the mountains, some of the hills, some of the infrastructure. Go into a small town, just like, it's pretty close to Chico. Just go in one of the small towns and take some photographs. Maybe go to the ocean, maybe go up north to Oregon. Maybe go east to Nevada, Utah, and Idaho and stuff like that. That would be fantastic. Arcata, California, that's a community by the coast and, beautiful, in the middle of the redwoods. Wow, you can't complain about that. I would probably eventually get tired of photographing beautiful, forests, redwoods and stuff, but it would take a few years at least. Across the border are some communities like Medford, Oregon and Grants Pass, Oregon. They are close to places like Crater Lake, beautiful rivers, beautiful landscapes, beautiful forests, and of course, just go west for a couple hours and then you're at the beach, Crescent City, California, etc., etc. That would be a lot of fun. Beach landscapes, sometimes you hone in on something very close. Sometimes you do a wide shot. Sometimes you do a medium shot. Sometimes you photograph some interesting infrastructure in the towns. Just go down to the next town over and go, hey, that looks interesting. Some infrastructure, the beach, the ocean. Maybe I'll do some stuff like, man, my throat's hurting me. I apologize. Maybe I'll do some stuff like Hiroshi Sugimoto, who's a very famous photographer from Japan. He did some landscapes of the ocean. I would love to do some more stuff like that. That would be fantastic. And there's some other communities I'm considering, but that's a short list. So just to say that when you go to somewhere new, you get really inspired. You know, you get bored after a while being in certain places. You're going, I've been here for a while. I've done that. I photographed that. You know, I can shoot another cow. I can shoot another longhorn. I can shoot another cowboy on a horse. Yeah, I could shoot another event like that. Yeah, but I'm a little bit bored by that. This photographer's bored by that. Wants to do some more experiences. A lot of you out there say, "Hey, I just get in a plane. I go here. I go there, and entertain the option of photographing different types of infrastructure, different types of people, different types of community, etc., etc." So all these communities have airports nearby. I can always go to Europe. I can always go to the East Coast. I can always go to Mexico. I absolutely love Mexico and stuff like that. And I consider all these towns essentially because they have better weather. One community I'm considering because of its super affordability. And I hate lawn maintenance because they have everything xeriscaped. I currently have a lawn in the front. I have a lawn over there. I have a lawn over there, and I have a gigantic lawn back there, and I have a lawn by the hall, by the alley. All these lawns. So, there's Las Cruces, New Mexico. I love the food. I love the beautiful mountains. I love the beautiful trails, the cacti, Ocotillo, etc., etc. It'd be interesting to photograph that, well, don't you think? Photographing some the desert landscapes. And if you just go north, you get closer to Albuquerque. Then you go a little bit more north, you're in Santa Fe, Taos. And you go even more north, you're in Colorado. And when you go a little bit more north, you're in the Rocky Mountain National Forest. And you go a little bit more north, you're in Wyoming. You go east, west, whatever. There's options, within driving distance. In Texas, everything's far away. It's a gigantic state. Once you move into a smaller state, you go, oh, I can go all over that state, and I can go over there too. There's another state. There are options. So I hope you like this video. Essentially, I'm talking about my future moving plans, and my opportunities will expand, apparently, when I move for photography, video, and having fun, going on hikes, coffee shops, lunch venues, etc., museums even, and visiting different galleries and stuff like that. Should be a lot of fun in the future in 25 or 26 when my wife decides finally to retire. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I would greatly appreciate it. This channel is rather modest. Again, I would like you to like, subscribe, and share. And ring the bell for future notificaciones. And please leave your kind and friendly comments. It helps the algorithm, Jesús Manuel Mena Garza Photography, video and audio algorithm. Leave your kind, friendly, professional, brilliant, absolutely mind-boggling, brilliant comments below. If you want to check out my photographs, check out my website here, jmmgarza.com. Thank you very much. Thank you. Muchísimos gracias. Check out my photographs at jmmgarza.com. Hope you're doing fantastic. I appreciate you checking out my channel. Again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and click like. Say, hey, I like this. That'll help out my modest channel. From Fort Worth, Texas, where today it's below zero. Wow. It's cold for this Bay Area boy. Hope you're doing fantastic wherever you're at. Gracias. Adios. Bye-bye.